morning to Dr. Zaza and my fellow coursemate. Our group name is The Brilliant and consisting of myself, and my name is Joanne Nakana Martin, and my group members are Shamingo, Nurul Najiha, Nur Alifa, and Nur Shahira. Today we're going to talk about
industrial relations system in Myanmar. But first, let me tell you about the country. Myanmar, also known as Burma, is a country located in Southeast Asia. It borders countries such as China, India, Bangladesh, and Laos. Myanmar is like a home to bustling markets, various parks and lakes, and the towering that brings the Buddhist relics and pagoda. Myanmar is the largest country in Southeast Asia with a diverse population of approximately 56.5 million. Myanmar is known as the poorest country in the region with 37.5% of its population lives in poverty. Besides that, the economy of Myanmar is an emerging economy with a nominal GDP of $65.994 billion in 2019, which ranked 73rd, while the estimated purchasing power of GDP of $355.609 billion in 2019, which ranked at 50th according to the World Bank.
Hi, I'm Eva. I am going to continue to elaborate a bit about the industrial relations system in Myanmar. So, based on my study about Myanmar, I found that in October 2016, Myanmar was have a confederation trade union which has 8 federations with 783 factory unions as members, representing roughly 70,000 workers. Members federation include the Agriculture and Farmers Federation, the Buildings and Workers Federation, the Industrial Workers Federation, Mining Workers Federations, Myanmar Transport and Logistics Federation, as well as public sector and education sector unions. In addition, there are also labor rights organizations active in Myanmar, which work independently of trade unions. Unions are involved in a range of activities, including labor disputes. The rise in labor dispute is linked to greater freedom of expression and association rights. With trade unions in Myanmar, it helps workers with their problems through legal claim making. After that, Myanmar also have a federation of trade unions. It is an organization that builds trade unions and advances workers' rights in Myanmar. The Federation of Trade Unions consists of various affiliate unions, including the All Myanmar Mining Unions, the Seafarers Unions of Myanmar, the Textile Workers Union, and the Health Education and Social Workers Union. So, currently in Myanmar, domestic workers are excluded from many labor protections in the law, including to the rights to days off and holidays. In the case of employment of foreign workers in Myanmar, the laws are still developing, as is the case with many other regulations governing the country's rapidly changing business environment. Myanmar lacks a comprehensive work permit system for foreign workers. Thus, the National League for Democracy-led government is drafting legislation to create a more cohesive framework. That being said, there are currently multiple paths for foreigners to acquire legal working status in Myanmar, which is they have to obtain a business visa, obtain a stay permit and multiple journey special re-entry visa, obtain a work permit, and legislative changes. So, by 2016, the total labor force in Myanmar was reported at 24 million people, which is 59.52% are male and 40.48% are female. So, do you want to know more about the Employment Act in Myanmar? I'm going to pass it to my friends.
My name is Nushahira Shakira binti Krema, metric number 62173. Next, I will explain about the employment of foreigner in Myanmar. Employment of foreigner in Myanmar require the foreign worker to have a few legal documents. The documents include the Myanmar Investment Commission (MIC) permit, the business visa, and the stay permit and multiple journey special re-entry visa. Business visa is one of the legal permits used mostly by the foreign worker in Myanmar. While in Malaysia, the visa with reference (VDR) is the legal document that allowed the foreign worker to be able working in Malaysia. The registration of VDR can be made by the employer through online or manual registration at the Foreign Worker Division, Malaysian Immigration Department. Next, the Children and Young Labour Act and Policies in Myanmar. As for the Children and Young Labour Act and Policies in Myanmar, Myanmar Labour Law 2017 has stated different group and nature of work that is legally for the children. In Myanmar, no children below 14 years old are allowed to work. The children above 14 years old are allowed to work if they have certificate of fitness, have completed the relevant training and other requirements. They also can work 4 hours a day. This is different in Malaysia as the children below 15 years old are not allowed to work. They also can work under specified type of work, which is light work, the work that related with public entertainment, and the work that is sponsored by the government. They also can work for 6 hours a day. In Myanmar, there is no any mandatory obligation for the minimum retirement age except for its civil servant, which is at 60 years old. The retiree also enjoy medical treatment if they have contributed or paid with the health and social care at least 180 months. They also enjoy other retirement benefits but obliged to certain companies who are willing to provide for them. While in Malaysia, the minimum retirement age has been set to 60 years old, but the employee are able to set their retirement age more than 60 years old. The Social Security law and policies in Myanmar consist of two important elements, which is the Social Security system and Social Security fund. Social Security system function as a parties that stipulate the benefits of the insured under a few types of system, such as the health and social care insurance system, while the Social Security Fund function as a policy that protects the well-being of the various types of fund in Myanmar. As for Malaysia, the government has established a social security law that is known as a social protection policy. It consists of various types of policies such as the Employees Provident Fund, EPF, the Social Security Fund, SOCSO, the Armed Forces Fund, LTAT, and the Workers' Compensation.
Hello, my name is Sherman. My mention number is 62511 and I will be the next presenter. Right now, I'm going to present the payment of wages for the employees. Regarding of the payment wages for the employees, the Myanmar payment of wages 2016 stated that it must be paid in cash of check of or bank deposit with agreement on both sides. Employers shall pay wages at the end of the work or at the time agreed to pay to the worker for their hourly, daily, weekly or other part-time work. Employer shall pay the due wages within 2 working days from the date of termination if said a worker is being terminated. The minimum wage was raised from MLK 3,600 per day to MLK 4,800 per day or MLK 600 per hour in respective of region. Failure to comply with the law may cause penalty to any parties that do not obey the laws. For example, the employer is found guilty under Section 24 shall on conviction after prior conviction for the same offence be punished with imprisonment for a term up to 6 months or with a fine at least 100,000 cuts. All female employees are entitled to 14 weeks of paid maternity leave, 6 weeks before the birth of the child and 8 weeks after the birth, with an extra 4 weeks in case of twins for each child. However, in the case of miscarriage, a female employee is allowed to take up to 6 weeks of paid leave. In the case of minimum wage of women, according to the Minimum Wages Act 2012, it is stated that the employees are entitled to the minimum wage stipulated irrespective of their gender. Therefore, it means that the law also requires the employers to treat their male or female employee equally and not to discriminate. For female employee maternity leave, their maternity leave is paid under the first tier of the Social Security and the Social Security system through the Health and Social Care Insurance coverage. Therefore, the employer does not have to pay for the salary of the employee during maternity leave nor the Social Security plan contribution. Here are some of the quick comparison of two different Myanmar laws. In Factories Act 1951, the regular workers have to work around 8 hours per day or 44 hours per week. For the Shop and Establishment Law 2016, it stated that the regular worker only has to work for 8 hours per day or 44 hours per week. The worker carrying out work that must be done continuously has to work 8 hours per day or 48 hours per week under the Factories Act 1951. The minimum rest period is set for both laws, which is at 30 minutes. However, for Factory Act 1951, minimum rest period only available after 5 hours of work. Meanwhile, for Shop and Establishment Law 2016, they have 30 minutes of break after 4 hours of work. Overall, their combined working hours and rest break should not be exceeding 10 hours per day in Factory Act 1951. However, for Shop and Establishment Law 2016, the combined working hours and rest break is around 11 hours per day. These are the example of termination benefit in Myanmar law. That's all from me. Thank you for listening.
My name is Nurul Najiha binti Muhammad Noor, matric number 62278. As a conclusion, the similarities between Myanmar and Malaysia is young worker in Malaysia cannot work from 8 p.m. until 7 a.m. while in Myanmar, young workers cannot work from 6 p.m. until 6 a.m. Next, payment wages in Malaysia and Myanmar must be paid at least once every month. For the retirement age in Malaysia and Myanmar, they must be at age 60 years. Next, the term of contract in Malaysia and Myanmar, they make an agreement, there are no change in term of contract because the term and condition of the contract can be changed by mutual consent. Next, the differences public holiday in Malaysia and Myanmar. In Malaysia, there are 16 or 17 public holiday depending on the state, while in Myanmar, there are 25 public holiday depend on the date and variable holiday. In Myanmar, employee entitled 30 days of paid sick leave per year, while in Malaysia, they depending on employee service. That's all from us. Thank you.